I always like to call it skill.
I do hope to see some more of those entertaining matches in the coming sets here, because I know it's going to be very much prevalent here. And it looks like for gonna is this already winners round 3? Hold on, this might be.
Yeah, it looks like we have Puyo vs Tetris coming up.
Oh, and so we're gonna get a new we're gonna get the mixed perspective here. Krome winning their match there, and I think Icy actually pulling an upset, being seed 11, yeah, over number 6 seed. So going to see if Puyo can conquer Tetris here to make it into, I believe that would make it into top 8 or at least top 12 with a win in this set here. So this will be the first time we get to see Puyo here in the rule set. Again, I remember you mentioned, Freda, about using the 4-wide, specifically center 4-wide, to counter the gameplay of the Puyo and with the chains and all. I'm interested to see how Krome takes light of that, to see if they go for a bit more combo-oriented gameplay, or if they're just going to stick with the typical T-spins Tetris is.
I know that when you're a Tetris player and you know that the Puyo player you are facing is a very good chainer, you can be a little bit afraid of doing the 4-wide against them. But I also think that in a 1-to-7 matchup, if you mix a few games in there where you do a 4-wide and you catch them off guard and they have to find a way to configure what they're doing into a sizable chain, it can be a workable strategy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I guess we're going to be getting underway here. So there we go. We've got Krome on the right there with Tetris. Looks like it's just going to be 6-3 starts here. Although it looks like there's a bit of an eyepiece misdrop, though. Gonna have to hurt a little bit of the garbage they're sending there. And a couple more misdrops, it looks like.
Yeah, that looks pretty rough. Icy has a chain down to these purples and greens. Their garbage is looking a bit rough to deal with, and they're building high right now, and that damage might kill them. So they're going to have to set off.
Krome with the pseudo-perfect clear, getting all the Minos off the board, just with garbage left.
And Icy just choosing to clean up some of his board, but this might cost time.
There we go. Gonna have room to get down with the purples. There we go, but Krome is not too far up on the board, has a lot of space to work with, keep building those T-spins left and right.
And Icy's resources are looking very hard to deal with right now.
There we go. Able to get a full counter, but gonna have to now deal with another set here. Actually gonna be able to get a 3-chain off.
Chain, though.
There we go.
And
yeah,
Icy's looking pretty alright right now, because that's a big 2-chain, and that's going to put pressure on
oh my goodness.
Wow, and that's going to be the kill.
Wow, very, very close to topping out on Icy's side there, but managing to find the resources there to make it happen. And it looks like Krome is now going to start off with the T-spin triple into double, and going to have it into a perfect clear. That's going to be a huge spike.
And those yellows are cut off. It's going to rely on getting another green in time, which Icy does.
Very fortunate, but Krome already having 2 Tetrises built up, ready to send back. That 3-chain is going to be...
Icy's facing a lot of pressure, not able to build a lot, and having to send what he can to just counter damage, and this is really not looking good.
There you go. At least able to get some of the blues, but there's only about 9 or so Puyo that are above 2 clean rows of garbage, and those screens are not going to help. So there we go. Again, like the last set, we've got a 1-1 after 2 games here. Both players showing they have what it takes to make it in this set. Looks like now Krome doing the piece, then triple into double on the reverse side of the board here. Does not find the PC option there.
Icy appears to be going for very large builds at the start of these games, which is usually rewarding them in chains that they can set off, and then they're left having to build afterwards, which is something that may not work out, depending on what the Tetris player has stacked up for you.
Hmm.
For
Yeah,
example,
there's been
here,
a
the
couple...
damage is just becoming too much.
Well, yeah, and that garbage gonna make getting the greens really, really difficult.
Icy chose not to set the blues off there, but I'm not sure it would have mattered anyways.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Gonna be another swift set there for Krome, taking a lead 2-1 over Icy there. It looks like Krome with the "if it ain't broke, don't fix it" mentality. Gonna start with another triple into double here, or actually opts for the single. Gonna keep that well.
Icy has a pretty solid chain as long as they can get that yellow, and they do, because those greens are going to connect there too. That's going to keep them alive, and they got a good purple-yellow stack going on if they can make good advantage of that.
There we go. Looking like a 4-chain, I think, for Icy side. And Krome waiting to offset with the garbage there. Gonna have 2 T-spins, make that 3. And just...
pressure is looking like it might be too much for Icy.
Well, gonna at least leave... Oh, cut off with the garbage at the top, couldn't rotate it over. Alright. So, I guess we're gonna see here, yep, Krome still going with the T-spin triple into double strats. I think Icy definitely preparing for a massive spike there.
Unfortunately, Icy's chain doesn't actually work out to be that long because those yellows and purples are blocking each other.
And I think Krome is now just kind of on sprint and ultra mode at the moment. Having a little bit of hesitancy.
Yeah, if Krome can find some pressure here, that would be great, because Icy has some work to dig down to the bottom. But Icy is also very capable of keeping themselves alive at the top here and keeping the chains managed and maintained.
Yep, gonna be able to get some play with some very creative 2 and 3 chains, but Krome is at the top of the board. This is gonna put a halt to a lot of their pressure there and give Icy free roam on their board.
And these attacks from Icy at the top of the board are just devastating.
Yep. Even though it's only a 3 or a 4 chain, it has a lot of material in it and just very quick damage to Krome that, being that high up, not really possible to counter. Oh, and look, Chrome's got a misdrop on that opener there. That's going to open the door a little bit for Icy to get some extra stuff down.
I think on the Puyo side, once that margin kicks in too, I like to think of it myself as a little bit of a cheat code as the Puyo player.
Mm-hmm.
If you can hit those like 3 and 4 chains, they can just do a amount of damage to the Tetris player if you're able to keep them piling on.
Although it looks like that interesting lack of T-spin triple damage may have thrown Icy's build a little bit off, as they're getting a lot of garbage here.
And Krome is able to just keep the pressure to finish it off.
Yep, and again, no garbage on the field, just able to kind of conveniently, swiftly carry out the typical Tetris duties of just T-spin Tetris at their own extremely fast rate. And
the perfect player is going to put some hard pressure on Icy.
Looks like Krome going for the potentially the same setup here. I don't know if that specific variant has the EC loop to it, but that is a very hefty 4-chain.
Icy has room, and looks like they have a 4-chain setup if they're able to get that off.
Yep. And Krome able to get some T-spins off, but still very high up on the board. Typically when this happens, the attacks go down in strength, but Krome is able to dish out some very fast
Yeah.
T-spins there.
That Hellfire pressure is making things very hard for Icy to work with the sumo they're given. That should be it.
Yeah, I think that margin time kicking in with that 32-second margin time rule. So Krome able to take the 5th win in this first to 7 set. And here we go. We're going to see the same stuff from Krome. Going to see if the PC is in the cards for this bag. It looks like it's not.
One thing Krome one thing Icy is doing a very good job of doing is keeping themselves alive and always finding a way to set their chains off. And that one looks pretty good there, but in some of these past games, there just haven't been enough damage potential to really do enough to Krome over there. But that 4-chain, 5-chain might
make
do
it
right
5.
here.
Very, very strong with that extra little bit of damage. And, yeah, even at a low board, I'm pretty sure Krome would have been in a very tricky spot to fight all of that off. And, expected a misdrop, but I think that was just a variant based on the P sequence there. So Krome's still going to keep that T-spin triple into double alive.
Krome's chain is looking a little bit tricky to work with. And they're going to go for the 3-chain dig right there. Which unfortunately just receives damage. And they're going to be on the pressure side right now, receiving pressure side. That greens, you're not going to reach those.
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately too much.
Oh, yep, the red was buried, so he had to sacrifice the purples there.
Still trying to make some stuff work. Actually gonna be able to get down to it. That's a 4-chain.
That's a pretty good dig right there.
With a misdrop on Krome's side, this is going to prevent them from sending anything too strong off.
Icy has to work with just the middle of the board, which makes chaining things a little bit difficult to work with. Let's hope they can find some pressure to put on Krome now that they're pushed so high.
Both players kind of deprived of their resources there, kind of fighting off of what little they have remaining on their boards. Ooh.
But Icy finding a way to hit these 2 chains in the margin time is definitely keeping the pressure up, and that should be the win.
There you go. 2 straight from Icy there, going to bring it to 4-5, showing that they are not on the verge of losing this set just yet. Looks like Krome going to be continuing back to that triple into double there. And actually going to be able to combo into the perfect clear there.
Icy getting the yellows just in time for the 4-chain, but that's barely going to return. And the pressure's back on for Icy to keep something going.
Yeah, with that clean garbage too, that's a free Tetris for Krome if they do manage to transition cleanly over to the well, which they do now.
But it looks like Icy's having a hard time getting something going with their chain builds, and they're getting a lot of garbage on their side.
There we go, finally getting some reds on the board. There was almost no reds at that point in time. Gonna let a very strong 3-chain rip. Krome prepared to deal with it, but doesn't have anything in direct retaliation just yet.
But Icy using these margin time 2-chains to keep themselves alive and dig their way down through the garbage. But Krome is turning it right back around and putting all the garbage right back on the board. Icy's found a 3-chain to work with, though.
There we go. As it looks like Krome in this set has done a very good job of making sure to downstack from the garbage that they do receive. We noticed in some of the previous sets when Krome received a lot of garbage, usually it was either so little that it wasn't bothered to be cleared out, or so much that there really wasn't a logistical way to clear it out. But I think by Krome trying to prioritize a little bit more garbage management, they're able to stay lower for a little bit longer and keep up that pressure.
I think in Puyo vs. Tetris, as a Tetris player, one of those really important skills to have is the garbage management and the down stacking ability to get a lot of pressure off while cleaning up your board. Because it can keep the Puyo player from really putting you in a pressure spot and keeping you just hitting you with garbage while they can continue to build while you don't have or while you try to clear up your board.
And looks like here Krome on match point. Looks like they're just doing typical 6-3 stacking here at the moment. Gonna see how this
unable to
pans
get
out.
those reds to connect, and they're probably going to. Yeah, that's going to be the match. Good game from these players.
There we go. Icy taking 4 off of the first of 7 set. So Krome is going to advance there to round 4. But again, Icy, very, very well fought with some pretty stressful scenarios, being very close to the top of the board and then just managing to get some good Puyo placements there. Getting some very good 2-3 chains to keep the